Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Becky and I am here with another 12 by 12 process video. Today I'm going to be using a DCWV paper pad called Pretty Home. This is one of the paper pads I picked up at Joann.com when my friend Shannon had sent us some gift cards. So yeah, thanks Shannon. It's a really great paper pad. As you can see here, I pulled out one of my favorite papers. It is this navy blue paper and it has all these tulips on it. Well, I did not put it in the right hand or left hand corner of my screen, but there was a sketch I was working off of, and it was these big triangles that you put down along the page. And I thought I would keep this part in here because people are always saying, Becky, you make it look so easy. It's not always. So I was trying to use this sketch, right? And I'm trying to use all these triangles. And it's just not working out for me. I was really married to that navy blue paper with those tulips on them because it is so pretty. I love that paper. That's like one of my favorite papers in this paper pad. I don't know what it is actually that appeals to me about this paper pad, but I just had to have this paper pad. Or this sheet of paper is my favorite, and I don't know what it was. Anyways, in the sketch there is this little line that goes across the bottom, so I did trim off 1/2 inch strip of it, and I was actually trimming it off for the navy blue side, but I ended up really liking that striped side. I like the way it looks with the photos. Come to find out, after I keep trying to play with these triangles so much, and also just that navy blue paper, the papers are too dark for these photos, I think, because these photos are awful dark in and of themselves, right? So when I'm putting that dark paper next to them, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like dragging them down or something. But I will keep trying right here. Okay guys, I'm going to keep making triangles. I'm going to keep trying to use the triangles. This one I liked. I like the striped side of it, but the striped side was the same paper that I used to map my photos in, so it kind of looked weird together, so I flipped it over. Here you can see I'm flipping over that 1/2 inch strip paper. I do love that paper though. That's the same paper that I mounted my photos in, and I do love that paper as well. It's not my favorite. My favorite is that tulip paper, this one right here, but I don't know. So then I decide, okay, we're not going to be able to use that triangle strip. Maybe we can just like cut off several pieces of the paper and make, you know, a bunch of layers around and whatever. And so I try to put these papers down like this and put the photo on top of them. It looks okay, but still it's that darkness. That darkness is pulling me down, I guess, with these photos. So yeah, these are photos of Riker, and you can see in the one on the left hand side, he's like doing this really cute flirty smile. He's so adorable. In the other one, he's just kind of looking at you. He has the most pretty blue eyes. It's such a pretty photo. So here I go back and look through this paper pad again, trying to find a different paper. I do end up on this one. Now this is lighter, but it still has that yellow in it. It has some green and some pink and the blue that matches the stripes. And once I put those photos on there, I'm like, oh, this is so much better, right? It's like it like picks the photos up a little bit. That dark paper, not so much. And even here you can see I am going to end up flipping those over and going with the yellow side. Now the yellow side is still also a little bit dark, but I do keep it. It's not as dark as the tulip papers, but that's what I decided my problem was because I was trying to use this paper that I loved, but it didn't necessarily work with these photos. So I do just end up going out on my own on this one. And this sketch really doesn't get used at all. I'm going to put a little bit of this yellow up at the top, and I'm going to put a little bit down at the bottom. Now I will lose a little bit of footage. You can see that coral color paper right here. I was like, oh, what is this? So I'm going to go ahead and cut that as well and use that in there too, because that color is also within that background paper. So I was like, well, that might lighten it up a little bit. Yeah, it would be cute. And so I'm trying to use all those papers I cut into triangles and basically wasted, right? what I end up doing is cutting them into strips, and I'm going to use them as photo corners, only not on photos. I'm going to use 2 up at the top of this floral paper. I do put a couple on the strips, but I'm going to take those off. You won't see that because that's where I'm going to end up losing footage, but I will take them off of the top bits except for that floral paper, and I'm going to end up putting them down onto the bottom bits of this. But yes, I am just taking a strip, folding it like that, making it look like a photo corner, and sticking it on the paper. Those are so cute, and that's a great way to get yourself some photo corners if you don't have any. I know I have just one box. They're not really super popular these days, but I know Janet likes to use them. I don't know where Janet has gotten hers. I just have one little box of photo corners from Heidi Swap. The other photo corners that I've seen are basically just triangle stickers you stick on the side of your photo, so they're not really photo corners to me. I've only legit seen one type of photo corner, and that was from Heidi Swap. So I have not been scrapbooking that long, so clearly I don't have that much experience or maybe exposure to the older types of embellishments. Now, as you saw there just a minute ago, we came back. I lost footage, right? My camera just shut off because I was in my own little world. And when we came back, there was things sitting on my photo. I have a bag of stuff. Sometimes I'll clean off my desk and I'll just throw the bits in this bag. And so I was going through this bag and I found this tag, and that tag was a tag from way back when I used to make tag albums all the time. And one side was wood grain and the other side was kind of a coral color. They were Maggie Holmes papers. I went ahead and cut that down and used that tag bit, but then I also found in that bag these flower pieces and that word adore that were from, I think they might have been from a Kaisercraft. I think this is actually a pack my sister had sent me from this store that we have in my hometown that sells like overruns or outdated stuff, whatever. I think this is a pack of flowers that she had sent me from there, and I think they might have been Kaisercraft. I am going to be using the yellow ones, and underneath the word adore, I do have another of that same wood grain that tag is. And then down at the bottom, because I had to trim up that tag, I did have some extra pieces of that wood grain, so I do go ahead and use that down at the bottom to tie in the wood grain throughout. So we have it at the top, underneath the title, and at the bottom left. I do like the addition of the wood grain because, as you can see, the background is a neutral as well. It is like it's a printed pattern paper, but it's like burlap. It looks like burlap. Only it's a very light color of the burlap. So I do go ahead and use that as my background. Now, as you can see, I do use those little floral pieces that I was talking about to basically embellish my entire page. Even down there at the bottom, there was a circle bit. So I used that to fill up between the end of that wood grain and the side and trimmed it off, and then I just took one of those flowers and popped it up over top of there. Then also in that same bag that I said that I have just underneath my desk full of random stuff, I did have these little gold, they're not gems, I mean they kind of look like I'm not really sure, studs maybe. I do put those down all around the page. Now some of them do still have the sticky on them and some of them don't. You can tell. The ones that still have a little bit of sticky, I have to pick up with my hands. And the ones that when I took them up off of the plastic, some of them did lose the sticky. The sticky is still on that plastic. So I have to use, I use my jewel picker to pick it up. But yes, I do add some art glitter glue under all of those gems. I just want to make sure they stay down. I did also tie a bow out of some thick yellow and kind of a creamy white color twine. And I just stuck it over the tag as if that tag had a bow on it. It doesn't really. It's a fake. It's fake. I tied the bow myself and stuck it on there. It's not really looped through. That's okay. I actually quite enjoy how this came out. I really do love those photo corners. I've done that quite a bit in the past. I don't know why I got away from it. It's really a fun little element to put on there. All right, guys, I'm not going to do anything else this layout. I'm going to thank you so much for joining me. Check the links down below, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.